Hey, what's up everyone? This is Nick. Today I'm going to talk to you about shell voicings. So shell voicings are kind of what they sound like. It's really a shell that we use to create more voicings. What a voicing is on the guitar and usually in the piano is a set of intervals that we use to create chords. For example, one popular voicing is a drop 2, drop 4, which has a root, 5th, 3rd, and then 7th in that order. It's a good example of a voicing, and when we comp or when we play chords, we take that intervallic shape and move it around to accommodate whatever song we're playing. So the concept of a shell voicing is basically the same thing. It's the shell of a chord. In other words, it's the most important notes in the chord. If you study music theory or the harmonic style of the 18th century European musician, then you'll know that the 5th is an acceptable note to omit because it doesn't give us any quality. An example of that, if I play this 5th here, and I sing the 3rd, it now becomes major. If I sing a minor 3rd, if I sing the 4th, it becomes suspended. So the most important notes in the chord are the root, the 3rd, and the 7th. So if this sort of thing interests you, please like and subscribe so you can see my videos as soon as they come out. I'm going to be making more guitar related videos. That being said, we have 3 major shell voicings. We have major 7th, we have minor 7th, and we have dominant 7th. Our major 7th shell voicing we're going to play like this. So this is a C major 7. We have the root on the bottom, which is C. We have the 3rd in the middle, which is E. And then we have the 7th on top, and that's B. If we wanted to play, for example, F major 7, we take this shape and move it to place the root note on F. Alright, so then our next voicing is going to be a dominant 7th voicing. So basically, the only difference between a major 7th and a dominant 7th chord is we lower the major 7th to a minor 7th. And then the 3rd and last one is minor 7th, and to take a dominant 7th and make it a minor 7th, all we have to do is lower the major 3rd to a minor 3rd. So those are our 3 types of chords. If so far you've enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe so I can continue making these videos. Now to play it all over the neck, we can play it with the root on the low E string like this. If we wanted to place the root on the D string, it would look like this now. And if we wanted to play with the root on the G string, it looks like this now. That's for major 7th. For dominant 7th, this is our voicing. If we wanted to play with the root on the E string, we'd play like this. If we wanted to play with the root on the D string, we'd play like this. If we wanted to play with the root on the G string, it'd be like this. As for minor 7th, if we wanted to play with the root on the A string, that's the first one I played. If we wanted to play with the root on the E string, it looked like this. With the root on the D string, it'd look like this. And with the root on the G string, it would look like this. So with that, we have our basic shell voicing. For me, I really like these shell voicing because there are only 3 notes and it leaves one finger available so I can play an additional melody note. An example of this would be like this. I could put the 3rd on top, or I could put the 9, or I could put the 5th, I can even put the sharp 11. And if I use a bar, I can put the 3rd and the sharp 11. I can put the 5th of this minor 7th chord, or the minor 3rd. The 3rd of this major 7th chord. I could put the 9 of this dominant 7th chord, or sharp 9. In fact, this is the famous Jimi Hendrix chord that he plays in Purple Haze. Dominant 7th sharp 9 chord. You can actually also use minor 7th chords over half diminished chords because we're not playing any 5ths, so they work in that application as well. Here's an example of a minor 2-5 with the shell voicings. Now, even though we didn't include the alterations that normally happen within a minor 2-5 progression, it still sounds accurate because we're not playing any extensions, but we are free to add them if we wanted to. And there are also some more cool things you can do with shell voicings. One thing you can do is invert them. So here we have the root, we have the 3rd and 7th of this major 7th chord. So to invert it, our root is going to go up to the 3rd, which is E. The 3rd is going to go up to the 7th, which is B. And the 7th is going to go up a half step to C. We can invert that one more time. The E is going to go up to B, the 3rd going to the 7th. The B is going to go up to C. The C is going to go up to E. This one's a bit of a stretch, but it's a really cool sound. If we take the root on the D string, the inversions are a little more comfortable. So for this, I'm going to invert downward since we're already pretty high up on the neck. C is going to go down to B, the E is going to go down to C, and then the B is going to go down to E. This is one that I use a lot. Then we have one more inversion. So the E is going to go down to C, the C is going to go down to B, and the B is going to go down to E. This is another common one that I use a lot. And then we have another set of inversions. If we take the shell voicing with the root on the G string, the C goes up to E, the E goes up to B, and the B goes up to C. You'll notice that the first inversion has a really dissonant rub because we have a half step on the highest part of the voicing, which is not usually the most customary thing to do. If we invert it one more time, the E goes up to B, the B goes up to C, and the C goes up to E. Another thing we can do is change up the third and the seventh a little bit and get two more voicings. If we change up this dominant seventh chord and we move the third up to a fourth, we get this cool 7 sus voicing. You can also easily bar it so you have 3 other fingers available. So here's a chord with the root on the A string, the root on the E string, on the D string, and then on the G string. If we take our minor 7th chord and we move the minor 7th down a half step, we get either a double flat 7 or a major 6. This can be used for minor 6th chords, or it can be used for fully diminished chords, the same way we can use minor 7th for half diminished chords. Example of that would sound like this. So this is how it looks like with the root on the A string. Then we have the root on the E string. Here's the root on the D string. And then the root on the G string. Actually, the C minor 6th chord is an inversion of an A diminished triad, which is also another reason why it works over that. One way I like to practice shell voicings is going up the scale. Let's take it up the C major scale and play all of the shell voicings within that. Another thing you can do is do it in intervals within the scale. Ah, shit, the camera's dying. I guess I can't talk about that. Very sad. So as I just said, my camera's dying. If you want to see another video on other ways of practicing chord progressions, leave a comment and let me know.
That's gonna make it funny.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that in. If you want to know more about harmony, check out my video on open triads. I have 2 of them, one about the open triads in general and one about inversions, which are really related to this subject. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I'm gonna be making more guitar related videos and non-guitar related videos about shell voicings, chords, licks, scales, etc. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.